Hello guys, this is Pap from Pap back at it again, and today we have finally the Battle Engineer version with the new stuff that we've got. But to be honest, you may be surprised, but I didn't use the catapult. I'm gonna explain you why in a minute. And as you may have seen from the thumbnail and from the title, this is a burn version that is actually pretty nice. Don't miss the replays, they're a lot of fun. And as always guys, just a quick reminder, if you enjoy the content, please leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it and it really helps me a lot. Let's jump right into it. So of course I'm here with the Dr. Crawler for this version. This skill is always Battle Engine Gear. Basically we have access to the normal summon of this big boy right here, both the Engine Gear Golem and the Ultimate Pound one. And if you have this big boy on the field, you can activate the second effect of the skill to set a polymerization from outside of your deck. This of course helps your fusion summon. That can be done also with the effect of your Hunting Hound. So as you can see, the list of the monsters is always the same. We want to have 6 golem because they can be normal summoned. We want to have triple hunting gun for the fusion summon and the wyvern for the search. And of course you want to have this guy even more because of a Megadon, the last edition, because Megadon can attack a number of times up to the number of Ancient Gear Golem and Ultimate Pound used as a material, so you can attack up to 3 times. The only thing that I do not like is that this guy does not have piercing damage. A little unfortunate. And also it is a pretty nice defense as well, because if he leaves the field because of an opponent's card, you can just special summon an Ancient Gear, an Ultimate Ancient Gear Golem from your extra deck. Of course, this actually increases the defense as well, because if you summon, of course, if you use an Ancient Gear Golem, this means that when you summon this guy, if this big boy is destroyed, you can summon this other guy, so you have a couple of defense more. That's pretty nice, other than, you know, the power of the multiple attacks. That's of course another good thing, but this deck focuses on something else. So first thing first, as you can see, I managed to get my hands on Cypher Dragon, so I can play the Galaxy package. Pretty nice to use here, just because you can normal summon this level 8 basically. And so I decided not to go for the catapult stuff, because you know, to use catapult we have to use triple catapult, triple fortress, and we have to play more than 20 cards, actually up to 30, to fit the Gear Town. But with the Gear Town you can't summon these boys, so it's a little bit, you know, it's like, it's not a good trade. In my opinion, it's not worth it to do it that way, because also you can search the catapult, it's true, with the wyvern, but after you summon the wyvern, if you do not have a way to get rid of the hair from the fields, you cannot activate catapult, because to activate catapult you have to control no monsters, and this is not a good thing. So I decided to go with this. That it actually turns out to be pretty nice. Keep in mind that I managed to reach Legend Rank 3 with this from Legend Rank 1, so I might even think to reach COG with this, I don't know, but it was pretty nice for sure. So of course we have the triple fortress, just because fortress plus this guy and one monster, one Ancient Gear monster in your hand means lethal basically, because this guy can't be targeted with fortress. He inflicts piercing damage and he can attack up to 3 times as long as you discard Ancient Gear monster, basically machine monsters. So that's really good. You have to play the fortress also to go into your hunting ground without no worries, because if you have this on the field, your hunting ground cannot be targeted, and also your opponents cannot chain anything to your activations effect. So this means that your opponents, for example Salamangreat, cannot activate the roar in response to the effects of hounds if you have the fortress on the field. Keep in mind that. Plus you can always bluff your fortress as a set card, and if your opponent pops it, you get to summon a monster from your graveyard, from your hand. Of course only one of these 6 guys, not these big boys, because these big boys cannot be special summoned. So the whole idea of the deck focuses around the effect of Howitzer that can stall and can inflict 500 damage, plus the effect of Hunting Ground. We are already at 800. To inflict even more damage, we have the Ancient Gear Tank, that it is actually a searchable card from the Wyvern. Why it is good? Not for the boost, but because when it's sent to the graveyard, and it can be sent to the graveyard even if you set it as a bluff, or if you equip to a monster and then you can actually suicide with it, you inflict 600 damage to your opponent. So just with these 3 cards, you have a package of 1400 damage. That's pretty nice. 3 of this and your opponent is done. Not to mention, this guy inflicts piercing damage, so it becomes even easier. To make things in a little bit spicier, we have this 1 copy, because we only have 1 copy into Duel Links, Ancient Gear Explosive, that is really easy to use because you can normal summon this big boy of 3k. You can just normal summon it, as you will see in the replays, then activate this, and boom, your opponent gets 1500 damage. That's huge. And last but not least, we have the Reborn, just 1 copy that can be added with the effect of Wyvern, and the Reborn can be used to bring back both the Howitzer to use its effect once again, and to actually bring back the Megaton as well, because these 2 guys can be special summoned. This thing does not count for the Ultimate and Gear Golem, can be only fusion summoned. And of course the Galaxy package can only be nice to end your opponent, and it is an unexpected play. Guys, don't miss the replays, because this version is really nice to play, and not the best in terms of speed, of course, but it is pretty nice. And guys, that was all for today's videos. I hope you enjoyed this spicy version. Let me know what you think, and we can jump right into the replays. Here we go, my boys, 2 win streak. And it's against Bakura. Let's see what we have here. So it's him to begin, and he has Infernoid, so one of the high potential deck, I think. I don't know if it's tiered yet. I've honestly not checked Duel Links meta site, but it is actually one of the best deck right now. He began with Decathlon. He had the chance to look for his Void Banishment, so this means he has the Feast. He can summon triple guys from his deck basically, and we have the Fortress to begin with, very nice to not be interrupted, and then Battle Ancient Gear to summon our big boy right here, the Ancient Gear Golem. And keep in mind, guys, that right here, if we had the Ultimate Pound, we had lethal, because we can just attack multiple times, actually up to 3, and even if he summons more guys, we can just inflict piercing damage. I think he would have simply dead. We have the polymerization to begin with, and he went with the effect of Decathlon to negate the polymerization because he used the effect of the Onunku. And then he's got the Feast. I decided to attack anyway, of course. There you go, the triple monster. He would have been dead anyway with the Ultimate Pound, but he was lucky enough for me not to get it, so some damage. There you go, 3k to begin with, not that bad. The only bad thing right here is that the unfortunately the Reborn cannot bring back the Golem, because the Golem cannot be special summoned. So it's got the Chimera to send the stuff to the graveyard, and then the Onunku that on summon will pop everything. That's fine, because he can't summon anything else, so he goes for the direct attack. That's still fine. At this point it's us to go. The Onunku can actually negate the spell trap card, so we have to remember that. We went for the effect of Wyvern to grab the Ancient Gear Tank, as you can see right there. There you go, effect of Tank to actually have enough attack not to lose by an attack of Onunku. That was the plan, of course. And also keep in mind that if he pops this, we can negate, we can bring back with Reborn, and he cannot negate the Reborn, because thanks to Fortress, he can't respond to the activation of Ancient Gear cards. Keep in mind that. So he just set a card, he attacks, 600 damage for our boy, and then Reborn to summon the Wyvern to get the Ancient Gear Explosive. We're gonna finish it in the most epic way. Ancient Gear Explosive, there you go. We could actually have summoned the Golem to make it even better, but you know, that's how you do it, my boys. Ancient Gear born for the win, there you go. Second duel, my boys, this was my rank up from Legend rank 1 to 2. It was against Kite Angel and his Galaxy Eyes. Of course, let's see Eastern. Actually, it's not one of the best, just because we have no spell cards, just monsters. We have access to the Howitzer though, so we could actually do something, thanks because we have the Golem. So you usually want to have or the Golem or the Hunting Ground, but in this case the Hunting Ground would not have been that much good because the Photon Lord can just negate the effect of Hunting Ground. So perfect that we have Ancient Gear Golem. We picked the tank, that's fine. We went for Ancient Gear Golem Summon. You use the skill to add easy stuff, the Photon Stream to his end. The skill to get the polymerization into the Megaton at this point that can attack 2 times. So we do not have lethal, unfortunately, because it does not inflict piercing damage, but he's dead anyway, because as soon as he gets rid of this, the effect of the tank is gonna, of course, kick in and make him lose the remaining life points. But he has the stream, so he could be smart and target this. Let's see if he's gonna do it. So he's got the Galaxy Eyes, Galaxy Zero, so you can actually go with 1 card Xyz. There you go, the Nano Galaxy Food and Dragon to negate all the other cards, and then Photon Stream to target the monster. Though he went for Megaton, and we have the effect of Megaton, of course, to bring back the Ultimate Golem, but we have the effect of the Ancient Gear Tank to have lethal. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Here we go, my boys, against another Bakura, the Dark one. This time it's us to go first. We have the Fortress set as, you know, as a bluff basically, and we have the Hunting Grounds effect to go into Howitzer. The first 800 damage were inflicted, and also if he pops this, we can summon the Wyvern to get the search. So it's got the Decatron, as you can see right there, to grab these Satsmas, and then the Device effect to pop the all the spell and trap cards. So the Fortress kicks in and make me special summon the Wyvern. But he negates the effect of Wyvern with the effect of Decatron, and then he didn't attack, but I do not know why, honestly. Good for us. Maybe just because he didn't want me to bring out the Golem, I guess. That's the reason. So fine for us. More damage from the Howitzer than the Wyvern to grab another card, but he negated that. That's still fine. Ancient Gear Tank on my Howitzer to attack and inflict some more damage. So keep in mind we have this, so we are in a very good spot. So he special summoned this Satsmas again. Keep in mind, so this guy can actually banish a card from the graveyard, and he can banish a card on the field at the end of the battle phase. So he's got the Void Vanishment to actually, but yeah, no cards to discard. So he attacked, that's fine. We can actually use the effect of Howitzer and the effect of the tank. The Howitzer actually to bring back a Wyvern to get a search, and the tank, of course, to inflict more damage. So we get an Ancient Gear Golem. It's got the effect of Satsmas to banish the Wyvern. That's still fine because now we got the Ancient Gear Golem special summoned, as you can see right there. I just went for the attack. At this point, there was no point in going into another Howitzer, and he's got the effect of the Void Vanishment to have the Feast. Just set down, and now we can just look at this, the Destiny draw, Ancient Gear Explosive. There's nothing he could do. Activation, 1500 damage to the face. That's how you end the duel, my boys. There you go. Here we go, my boys. This is the 4th duel against Playmaker and AI. Let's see what we have. Hunting Ground to begin with. Using the effect and summoning an Howitzer, I decided to keep the Ultimate Pound in my hand because he is actually a lethal machine. So 800 damage already done. So we're chilling. He's got the Lady Debug to begin with, but this is not Salamangreat. I'm really happy to see something else. And there you go. Cut Talker to begin with, triggering the effect of Microcoder in the graveyard to grab a Signet spell card. He's got the cross swipe, that's fine. He's got the backup secretary, special summon to go into the Cut Talker. The ace monster is here. Let's skip the animation. Cut Talker alive, so this means he does not have another one of this because of the skill, of the requirements of the skill, and he decided not to attack. That's fine. Howitzer with some more damage. At this point I went with Wyvern first to grab the Fortress so that I can set the play for next turn, and he actually cannot do he can't do anything against my Ultimate Pound. Instead, I just went with the effect of Howitzer. I destroyed it just to be able to special summon the Ultimate Pound, so I'm not waiting this time because the Ultimate Pound right here cannot be targeted because it was just summoned this turn. And he's got, I got the effect Ultimate Pound to attack again. He's got the Recorded Alive to summon the another Power Cut Talker. you know, destroy that as well. It's got the Recorder Live to bring back, unfortunately, again, the Decal Talker, but I have the Ancient Gear Wyvern. He decided to go with the Cross Wipe to tribute that, to pop my Ancient Gear tank, but he's gonna take the damage anyway. So I don't know what was the play right here. He couldn't think. I think he activated the crosspipe because he wanted to target my Ancient Gear Wyvern, but because of the fortress, he couldn't target my Wyvern because he was summoned this turn. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Last but not least, 4 wins in a row. This was the 4th one against Jesse. Let's see what we have. It has to go first. Luckily for us, we had the Hunting Ground to begin with. There you go. So we can just go into Howitzer first turn. Of course, this means 800 damage for this little guy. Then we have a couple of set cards. The Fortress as a Bluff and the Reborn. It's got the debug to begin with, and this time, of course, we have Salamangreat. We couldn't add the the video with the Salamangreat Duel, of course. It's got the fouls. Of course, it's gonna try to stop one of my cards from being activated this turn. It's gonna go for the Fortress, luckily for us. So I mean, we couldn't have activated that anyway, so it's good for us. It's got the Gazelle, so all the stuff as well. It's gonna send, as always, it's gonna send the Roar to the graveyard, as you can see right there. It's got the Sanctuary, so the Reincarnation Link Summon with Sunlight Wolf. Then it's got the effect to recycle the Roar back to his hand, so he can set it. The Jaguar to summon another level 4, so of course he is not going to read my Ancient Gear Howitzer, so he's gonna go with Malevolent Sin. He's gonna try to banish it, but of course he can't do nothing. Tie that binds, attacking. At this point I can just bring out a Wyvern to get an ultimate pound. It's got the attack. That's fine as well because we wanted that to be destroyed. So next turn we can begin with Ancient Gear Reborn. So we can just go at this point. Fortress to make them actually not being able to be targeted. I summoned the Howitzer and here I made the mistake, honestly, as you're gonna see in a minute, because I went for some damage and then I summoned my ultimate pound, but the problem is that this guy can't be destroyed. So I also didn't summon him in attack position. I could have done something more just by suiciding with Howitzer and summoning another one from the deck. I would have had lethal, but instead I just did that, so, because now if this was in attack position, I could have just attack. Of course he would have been destroyed. I could have used the effect, summon another one of this, attack, and I had lethal. I could also have gone for the Wyvern instead to grab an Ancient Gear tank. So Ancient Gear tank means 600 on each attack 2 times, plus actually 1200. And I actually did the only way not to win this turn. Not a big issue. Luckily for us, because he's gonna go with all this stuff. Of course now he can target my ultimate pound, unfortunately, because of course the Fortress protects only during the turn they are normal or special summon. He's got the Security Dragon to make it come back to hand. That's even better because next turn we can just summon him back. So also he can't go over this guy with anything, so he's going with the T-Bug, with the Mirror, all this stuff, but I don't know what is gonna lead him, honestly. So it's got the he went for the Nigirizu. He tried with Nigirizu as well to send the Howitzer to the graveyard. Of course it didn't work, so he had to attack at this point. It's just another Wyvern, as you can see right there, because I have still full life points, and I wanted to hand it in the most epic way, as you can see right there. He just stuck with the Mirror, that's fine. He's got the Circle to add the Jaguar, but we don't care. So you can see the nice thing is that we can add the Ancient Gear Explosive with the effect of Wyvern. So just add that, then the effect of the skill to normal summon the big boy, and then it didn't let me do it. I could just Ancient Gear Explosive to finish this, but it didn't let me do it. Guys, that was all for today's videos. I hope you enjoyed this. It was pretty nice to play, and honestly I might end to King of Games with this deck. But who knows, I think I'm gonna do it after the KC Cup second stage. So guys, that was all for today's videos. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below of this kinda burn version of Ancient Gear. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and for all the support that you're showing me. And see you in the next one.